everyone! Have you ever wondered what people ate thousands of years ago? No, not just mammoth on a bonfire. I'll show you recipes older than the pyramids. You'll hear how they sounded in their original form. And trust me, some of them will genuinely surprise you. Ready to dive into the origins of world cuisine? Let's go! Humankind invented writing not only for chronicles and laws, but also, believe it or not, for recording recipes. These ancient texts are a real treasure trove of knowledge about the daily life, culture, and, of course, gastronomic preferences of our ancestors. Today, we'll dust off the ages and examine the 5 oldest surviving recipes that have reached us through millennia. We won't just read them. We'll try to understand how these dishes were prepared, what ingredients were used, and what place food held in their lives. Get ready to immerse yourselves in the world of ancient flavors. Sumerian beer, circa 4,000 years ago. Opening our top list is a drink without which it's hard to imagine the history of humanity. Beer. The earliest evidence of brewing has been found in Sumer, an ancient civilization of Mesopotamia. Before you is not just a recipe, but a poetic hymn to the goddess of beer, Ninkasi, dating back to around 2000 BC, but describing a process believed to be about 4,000 years old. Translation from Sumerian. Ninkasi, you are the one who kneads the dough with big hands. You are the one who bakes the aromatic bread in the big oven. You are the one who mixes the malt in a jar. You are the one who strains the mash through a reed sieve. Ninkasi, you are the one who pours the filtered beer into the vat. The noise of the pouring beer is like the noise of the Tigris and the Euphrates. As you can see, this is more of a description of the process than a precise recipe in our understanding. But we know that the Sumerians used barley, water, and probably yeast to make their beer. Imagine this thick, perhaps slightly sour drink that quenched the thirst and lifted the spirits of people who lived long before our era. Poop. Stewed meat with leeks. Ancient Babylon, circa 1750 BC. We move to ancient Babylon. On clay tablets dating back to around 1750 BC, cuneiform texts containing culinary recipes were discovered. One of them is a recipe for stewed meat with leeks. Translation from Akkadian. If meat is available, use meat. If meat is not available, use bird. Break the bone. Put the meat in water. Add fat, add leeks and garlic. Crush some shallots and coriander. Wrap in a cloth. Place it next to testuas, the meat. When it is cooked, remove it. Sprinkle with coriander. This recipe already looks more like modern instructions. We see the use of meat, or poultry, fat, leeks, garlic, and aromatic herbs such as coriander and possibly shallots. Imagine the aroma of this dish, which was probably simmered over low heat, filling ancient Babylonian homes with its scent. Lentil stew, ancient Egypt, circa the 1600 BC. Ancient Egypt, the land of pharaohs and pyramids, also left us a culinary legacy. The Ebers Papyrus, a medical text dating back to around 1600 BC, mentions a recipe for lentil stew used for medicinal purposes. Translation from Ancient Egyptian. For expelling diseases of the abdomen, boil lentils in water. Add a little oil and coriander. Eat in the morning on an empty stomach. Although this is a medical recipe, it gives us an idea of how lentils were prepared in ancient Egypt. The simplicity of the ingredients, lentils, water, oil, and coriander, speaks to the availability and importance of these products in their diet. Perhaps this stew was not only medicine, but also an everyday meal. Persian chicken, ancient Persia, circa 5th century BC. We move to ancient Persia during the Achaemenid Empire. Although no direct cookbooks from that period have survived, mentions of Persian dishes are found in the writings of ancient Greek authors. One such recipe, passed down to us through retelling, is chicken prepared with pistachios and raisins. Reconstructed text based on historical mentions. Take a young chicken, cut it into pieces. Fry it in olive oil until golden brown. Add a handful of shelled pistachios and a handful of raisins. Pour in a little rose water and season with saffron. Simmer over low heat until the chicken is cooked through. Serve hot. This reconstructed recipe demonstrates the use of ingredients characteristic of Persian cuisine: nuts, dried fruits, and aromatic spices, such as saffron and rosewater. Imagine this exquisite flavor, which may have been served at the banquets of noble Persians. Garum, ancient Rome, 1st–4th centuries AD. And finally, our leader, the legendary garum, a fish sauce that was an integral part of Roman cuisine for centuries. Recipes for garum are found in various Roman sources, including Apicius, the famous cookbook dating from the 1st to the 4th centuries AD. Translation from Latin: the best garum of allies is made in this way. The intestines of mackerel are emptied and placed in salt. Also, small salted fish, that is myena, lyra, or other similar ones, are placed in salt, and they are seasoned together in the sun and stirred frequently. When the summer sun has done its work, the garum is made. This recipe may seem exotic today, but for the Romans, garum was a universal condiment added to almost all dishes, from meat and fish to vegetables and even desserts. Imagine this rich, salty, fermented flavor that defined the gastronomic landscape of ancient Rome. So that was an amazing culinary journey into the past. We touched upon the oldest recipes, learned what our ancestors ate thousands of years ago, and perhaps even better understood their culture and daily life. Which of these ancient recipes surprised you the most? Would you like to learn more about the cuisine of ancient civilizations? Write your answers in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you found it interesting. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new fascinating stories about food and more. And be sure to share this video with friends who might also be interested in looking into the past through the lens of cooking. See you next time!